Blessed day, math learners! How are you today? I hope that you are doing great. Welcome to another day of learning opportunity. I am your teacher Maricel E. Aguilar. Come and join me again for another fun, exciting, and challenging math lesson. Our objectives into this lesson are: choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. It is composed of positive integers, negative integers, and 0. A. Decimal numbers, B. Fraction, or C. Integers. The answer is C. Integers. Correct. Number 2. Which of the following is not an integer? A. 1/2, B. 4, or C. -7. The answer is A. 1/2. Very good. Number 3. It is always written with this symbol. A. Positive integer, B. Negative integer, or Z. 0. The answer is negative integer. Very good. Class, before we proceed to our main lesson, let us sing this song. Join me. Let's sing together.
If both signs are positive, add them up. If both signs are positive, add them up. If both signs are positive, then the sum is positive. If both signs are positive, add them up. If both signs are negative, add them up. If both signs are negative, add them up. If both signs are negative, then the sum is negative. If both signs are negative, add them up. If the signs are different, you must subtract. If the signs are different, you must subtract. You look greater value than the sum will be the sign. If the signs are different, you must subtract.
Do you like the song? I love it. Are you ready? Let's go. It's time to start your learning journey. Class, today we will learn about addition of integers. The rules in adding integers are: rule number 1. When the integers have like signs, add the numbers and copy the common sign. Again, when the integers have like signs, add the numbers and copy the common sign. That is, positive plus positive is equal to positive. Negative plus negative is equal to negative. Let's have example. Positive 9 plus positive 11. These two numbers are both positive integers. So, by applying rule number 1, we have to add those numbers and copy the positive sign. So, positive 9 plus positive 11, the answer is positive 20. It is the same as 9 plus 11 is equal to 20. Let's have example number 2. Negative 7 plus negative 11. What is the sum? As you can see, these two are both negative integers. So, apply rule number 1. We have to add the numbers, then copy the common sign, which is negative. Therefore, negative 7 plus negative 11 is equal to negative 18, correct. Let's have another example. Positive 6 plus positive 2 plus positive 4. All of these numbers are positive. So, the sum is positive 12 or simply 12. And another example, negative 3 plus negative 5 plus negative 11. Negative 1 rather. What is the sum? These numbers are all negative integers. So let us apply rule number 1. add the numbers, and copy the common sign, which is negative. So, negative 3 plus negative 5 plus negative 1 is negative 9. So, that's rule number 1. Let's proceed to rule number 2. When the integers have unlike signs, subtract the numbers and use the sign of the number with the greater absolute value. Again, rule number 2. When the integers have unlike signs, subtract the numbers and use the sign of the number with the greater absolute value. That is, positive plus negative is equal to positive. If the sign of the number with a larger absolute value is positive. And positive plus negative is equal to negative if the sign of the number with a larger absolute value is negative. So, let's have an example for rule number 2. Negative 2 plus 4. They have different signs. So, by applying rule number 2, we have to subtract those numbers. 4 minus 2, it is equal to 2. It's positive because 4 is the number with a greater absolute value. Okay? So, again, let's have another example. 8 plus negative 16. What would be the sum? So, again, you have to find their absolute value. Positive 8, its absolute value is 8. Negative 16, its absolute value is 16. Then, proceed to subtraction. 16 minus 8 is equal to 8. Correct. It's negative because 16 is the number with a greater absolute value. Its sign is negative. So, our final answer will be a negative. It's negative 8. Okay? So, another example. Negative 8 plus 6. What would be the sum? So, apply rule number 2. You have to subtract those numbers and carry the sign of the number with a greater absolute value. So, the answer is 2. Negative 2. It's negative. Okay? So, that is rule number 2. So, again, rule number 1, when the integers have like signs, add the numbers and copy the common sign. Rule number 2, when the integers have unlike signs, subtract the numbers and use the sign of the number with a greater absolute value. Don't forget those rules in adding integers. Okay, how about if we add 3 or more integers, what will we do? Okay, just follow these steps in adding 3 or more integers. Let's have example. 8 plus negative 7 plus 2. So the first step, you have to combine the numbers with like signs. In this example, the numbers that have the same signs are 8 and 2. They are both positive. So combine it. The answer is 10. Then after combining, then proceed to step number 2. Add it to the remaining integer. So what number is not added to 8 and 2? It's negative 7. So you add 10 and negative 7. Okay? Then as you can see, 10 plus negative 7 have different signs. So you have to apply the rule number 2, which is adding integers with unlike signs. What will we do again? We have to subtract and carry the sign of the number with a greater absolute value. So let's subtract. 10 minus 7, that is 3. It's positive because 10 is the number with a greater absolute value. Okay? Let's have another example. Negative 3 plus 4 plus negative 7 plus 9. We have 4 integers. So again, the first step, you have to combine the integers with like signs. So combine both negative. Negative 3 plus negative 7. Combine 4 and 9. So, negative 3 plus negative 7, that is negative 10, correct? 4 plus 9, that is positive 3. Then after that, you proceed to the rules in adding integers. They have unlike signs, negative 10 and positive 13. So, what will we do again? We subtract, correct? So, 13 minus 10, that is 3. Positive 3. Because 13 is the number with the greater absolute value. Okay, so that's it. Very good. I know you have learned a lot in our lesson today. Good job. Great learner. Learning smart learners. Add the following. Choose the best answer. Number 1. Positive 6 plus positive 5. Is it A, 30, B, 11, or C, negative 1? The answer is positive 11. Letter B, correct. Number 2. Negative 9 plus negative 8. A, negative 1, B, 17, or C, negative 17? The answer is negative 17. Very good. Number 3. Positive 8 plus negative 10. Is it A, negative 2, B, positive 2, or C, negative 18? The correct answer is negative 2. Very good. And we have number 4. Negative 2 plus negative 1 plus negative 5. What is the sum? A, 8, B, negative 8, or C, negative 11? What is the answer? It's negative 8. You are correct. And last, we have 10 plus negative 10 plus negative 5. What is the sum? A, negative 5, B, negative 15, or C, 15? The correct answer is negative 5. Correct! Good job, learners! Excellent, math learners! That was fantastic! Keep on learning! God bless everyone!